for another update, and today I'm here from 3 people from my emotional clearing workshop. These are coach trainees. We have Etzia from Canada.
Hi.
And we have Mickey from Colorado.
Hello.
And we have Debbie. I was going to let you say your name.
Oh, Debbie from Chicago.
Debbie from Chicago. And we've been sitting around and we decided we were going to do the weekly video together. So we came up, in the process, we came up with this brand new technique called the avatar technique. And we're so excited that we want to share with you. We think you're going to be blown away by it. So here's how it goes. The avatar technique is basically who represents the players in your inner world. You've got your soul, your inner child, your ego, and you, the self. So who in your personal life represent those players? So we were sitting here talking, and we began to realize that it helps your life make so much sense when you realize who's playing out those roles for you, and then you can see exactly what's going on in your inner world because those people are playing it out for you. Does that make sense?
Totally.
Yes.
Okay. So Ed and I, so what we want to do is help you determine who the players are in your inner world, and it'll start to make your whole life make sense. All right, so for me, I'll just start with my example. For me, my soul is represented by a good friend of mine, Nancy Joy, because she's the one I go to for advice. And because your soul is the one who you go to for advice. So who in your life represents the person you go to for advice? Then the self, the you, is the person in your life who most closely resembles you. And then your inner child is the person who represents the playful side of you, lives in the moment, gets all excited about just the smallest things. They totally live in the moment. And then the ego is the person who represents to you where you need to grow. They're the one who are going to show you what's not right. They're going to be focused on the perfect, what's not perfect. So in my life, like I said, the soul is represented by my friend Nancy Joy. The self, me, is my dog Gracie May. She's like totally me. She's like, she can tolerate a lot of crap in her reality, but at some point she just says that's it. She has a little stubborn streak. And then my inner child is Izzy the cat. She's like totally in the moment, totally happy, always playful, always excited about just any little thing. Can make something fun out of something that we would consider to be totally boring. And then my ego is my daughter. She represents all the things that I need to work on. She shows me what my little ego is saying at any particular time. And I tell you, without her, I wouldn't grow. So she's one of the most valuable players in my inner world, and I'm so grateful that she's perfectly reflecting that back to me. So Ed, do you want to share who your players are?
Yes, I must admit that was quite a revelation to me. I have set up exactly my family with 3 kids and a husband to play out the roles for me. I have a daughter, Shanley, that's my soul. She's just this independent person who knows where she's going, and she gets there. She gives me perspectives. She helps me move forward, and she just shows me how beautiful I am. Then I have my youngest is Jan, and if I look at him, I just see this person who just enjoys everything in life. He is playful. He expresses himself. He wants to be this free, fun-loving, out there, just doing everything and just enjoying life. And then I see in my oldest son, Henry, I see my ego. I see the one that really pushes me, who pushes my buttons, who challenges me in every way he can, who's always nagging me. And I see the one that I learned my soul lessons from. I can see that now. And I see in my husband myself. I see the one who brings me back, who holds everything in balance, who keeps everyone together and just holds space for us all to function in. Yeah.
Debbie has to go because her car's here. But thank
I
you
just
for
want to
being
say,
here.
can I say one thing? I just had an aha moment as I was sitting here that this could be played out not only within your family, with your children relationships, but I just realized that this also plays out in my adult relationships with my friends, and so I think you can have this going on in multi-dimensional levels as well. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but I see the different players in my life with my children, and then I took it one step higher, and I can see these same players in my adult relationships with my friends and my husband.
Yeah, it could be anybody. It could be a friend. It could be, it's someone who, but they're around a lot in your life. And that's what you're going to look for. Look for your players, your avatars as we call them, because, you know, online, if you're having, you got to have a representation of yourself online in, say, a game. That's an avatar. So what we're saying is that you've got these real inner world players, and their avatars are out here in your daily life. Someone you interact with on a regular basis. Like for you, Mickey, your ego is represented by your best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, or your brother.
My brother,
your brother.
yeah. And I was surprised by when you first talked about it, Jelaila, that well, this is not an abstract concept, how real this is. And how I don't have to go too far to look for these players. They're just right around me, so close to me in my everyday life.
Yeah,
my
your
brother,
mother's yourself.
my mother is myself, my cat's my inner child, playful, present, moment to moment, and just right there. And ego, my brother, the aspect of me which I'm learning to. Well,
shows you where the growth.
Where the growth is. So, and you don't have to go too far from.
And who's your soul?
My soul's my best friend Scott.
Yeah, that's your soul. So
every time I talk to him, I get a higher perspective on the problem. Yeah.
So we thought this was so amazing, and you know, you try it and see how all of a sudden your life begins to make total sense to you, and you can see the mirrors then so clearly and be able to work on them so much faster. So we want to say goodbye from Kansas City, and we'll talk to you next week. And Gracie says bye.
And we want to say hello to all our workshop friends too.
Yeah, all our workshop friends are out there.
See you.
We love you.
Love
We'll talk to
you.
you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. So
Bye.
click the button to stop recording.